Welcome back to another episode of the Rewind Rewatch Podcast. My name is Joel.
And I'm Andrene.
And we are siblings rewatching 90s movies. We will talk about the films that we've watched, talk about some of our favorite parts, things that aged well, maybe things that did not age so well, some of our favorite quotes, and we will end this and every other episode giving the film a rewind rating from 1 to 5 based on how likely we are to rewatch this movie again. Today, we are discussing The Sixth Sense from 1999.
Requested by Ruby. Shout out to Ruby.
Shout out to Ruby. So let's talk really quickly about who's in this movie, and then I'm going to kick it over to you to do your one-sentence summary. And I'm prepping Andrene this time in advance.
Because I always forget.
Yeah, because she's always like, so I'm giving her like this is the 5-minute warning, like it's coming. Is this our first Bruce Willis movie?
It is, surprisingly. I was thinking about that as I was going through who's in this film, and I'm like, oh, we have not talked about Bruce Willis yet.
So let's talk about this, because I know you're about to talk about his filmography. Is Bruce Willis a bigger 90s star, or is he a bigger 80s star? Because when you think of Bruce Willis,
the first thing is Die Hard.
Yeah, you think of Die Hard.
And that's
off
88.
Rips. So, that's 88. Okay. And then the Die Hard 2 was probably early 90s.
Yes, and then the Die Hard, those are all in the 90s, and they're still, they were going on for a while. Probably longer than they need to be. Die Hard would have been just... He was just dying harder and harder.
Dying harder and harder.
every time. He was also in Pulp Fiction in 94.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Armageddon was in 98.
Okay, all right.
And then if you want to talk about more 90s, because why would we not talk about more 90s? He was in 3 episodes of Friends.
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot about that.
I'm always here with the Friends things because this is what I know and love. He played...
Friends is proper 90s, so
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense.
Proper? How English of you.
Yeah, how British.
He played Ross. Ross at one point was dating one of his students when he was teaching at the college.
Wildly inappropriate.
Yeah, of course it was. And Bruce Willis played Ross's girlfriend's pops. And then he and Rachel kind of had a little fling. Yeah.
Was it like a get back?
No, she just found him hot.
I mean, who didn't find Rachel hot?
No, she found Bruce Willis hot.
She found Bruce hot. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean,
right, that's fair.
I guess.
I guess that's the answer then, is he's definitely a 90s star.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in some like supernatural movie? Not Sixth Sense, which obviously is, but I feel like he was in some other like movie with some sort of like mystical something.
He was.
But I can't remember what it is or even if I've seen it.
I feel like he was in another one, but I can't recall what it is.
Somebody's listening to this and screaming.
And yelling.
Like, no, you guys can't remember.
It's probably our friend Nick, because
yeah,
he's always yelling at us about movie facts because he's a movie head.
So the other big star is Haley Joel Osment, who recently was talked about in pop culture. I don't know if you heard about this, but
no, what happened?
With the whole Drake and Kendrick beef. So there's a part in one of Kendrick's songs, I think it's Euphoria, where he makes reference to Haley Joel Osment, but he's talking about like he was in a movie called AI, and he's making fun of Drake because he made the song with AI versions of Tupac.
Okay.
But in the song, instead of saying Haley Joel Osment, he says Joel Osteen. So when the song came out, everybody was like, wait, what? Like, we don't get it. And it's like, oh, he's talking about Haley Joel Osment, but he just said the wrong name.
That's so embarrassing, bro.
So now every time I see either one of their names,
you're going to think of Joel.
I think of Kendrick Lamar. This is where we are as a society.
What in the world?
Yeah. He's like,
am I battling ghosts or AI? Nigga feeling like Joel Osment. Funny, he was in a film called AI. And my sixth sense telling me to off him.
So it's like, yeah, that's not.
Bro, that's
his
not.
name.
That's not accurate.
And written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan. And this is
Shyamalan.
his big introduction to Hollywood.
Yeah. I mean, so I feel like people always say, and by people I mean me, that M. Night Shyamalan, in my opinion, oftentimes will have movies where like the idea is really good, right? And you're watching it and you're like, oh, this movie is lit. And then he gets to the end and you're like, bro, like, what happened? like you just lost your juice and just ended the movie. And there are exceptions.
He's like the Tyler Perry of thriller movies.
Ew, that's kind of yikes. Maybe.
Am I wrong?
I mean, you might be right.
Well, the funny thing about that is that I think this movie, especially this being like his introduction to Hollywood, was mostly considered a great film because of the surprise ending.
Yeah.
And so I think maybe on some level he kind of like established that reputation and kept trying to like beat it. And maybe has something to do with why
that's
he
possible.
had all these goofy surprise endings in a lot of his films.
That's possible.
Well, you watch a lot of like horror, thriller, suspense films. What is your general feeling like when you hear this is a M. Night Shyamalan movie? Like, are you excited? Are you like, I'm gonna avoid this? Like, what is your general sense of him?
I'm generally like, I like horror, so I'll probably watch it. I might watch it like when it gets to HBO as opposed to like paying for it. But I'm also like kind of a little leery, like, okay, so it might, by the end of this, I might be let down. You know what I mean? Like, you're kind of just like, I don't know. But he did have, Signs was really good. That's one of his.
Yep.
Signs was the alien.
That might have been the second one.
Yeah, Signs was really good. I really enjoyed that one.
What would you say is his best movie?
Oh, probably Sixth Sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Sixth Sense is like the classic, like, the first time you watch it, you're like, what? Like, your mind is blown. And I guess, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched this movie yet, definitely stop and watch it, because what are you doing? I
feel like even people who haven't seen this movie know about the surprise ending, because it was literally like what everybody was talking about. And this movie was nominated for like a whole bunch of Oscars. So I feel like people generally know the surprise ending, but like Andrene said, if for some reason you've been living under a rock for the past 30 years, maybe just go watch it before you listen to the rest of this episode.
Yeah.
All right.
So I kind of want to talk about Osment for a second. Like,
okay.
This little kid.
Not Joel Osteen.
Not Joel Osteen.
Okay.
That's a different episode.
That's a different podcast.
I'm not sure what episode that would be, but it's not this one. He was just such a believable actor.
He was phenomenal in this movie.
Like, you're watching it and you're like, well, this kid, like, you believe that he's terrified.
He was really good. And I actually made a note as I was watching this movie of just like the way that he's so profoundly sad.
Yes.
It's just like, it seems like it would be really difficult for a kid to like actually pull this movie off. But he does such a great job, like looking legitimately terrified and just like depressed of just like his life, trying to manage all of this enormous secret that he has and trying to figure out how to like live within society without being ostracized. Not to mention his parents just got divorced. Like, he's got a lot that he's carrying in this movie, and I think he does a masterful job of it as I don't even know how old he was, 10 years old kid. And
it's not even just the fact that, like, yes, he's going through this fear, the status of his parents being split up, but then also, like, at school, the kids, like, are calling him, like, you know, this weirdo. Mm-hmm. He has no friends. This one kid is basically just pretending to be his friend in front of his mom. And it's like...
The actor kid, Tommy Tomasino?
Yeah.
We have to talk about Tommy Tomasino.
And it's like... But it's like... Although he's dealing with all of these struggles, it's like he doesn't want his mom to know how
bad
much of an outcast he is. And it was just like, oh, man. It's like the fact that he's trying to protect his mother's feelings. Like, you have to love this kid. Like, it just... The struggle that he's going through, you just really feel for him as a character. So one thing I was looking at, you know, my usual facts for the movie, and one thing that I kept seeing popping up, and again, like, I couldn't verify that this actually what happened, but a few sources cited it, so hey. What they're saying basically is that at the audition, Shyamalan was very impressed with Osment's the way he was able to come out and like give the lines and all that. And so Shyamalan basically says to him, like, good job on the audition. And Osment says, oh, I mean, like, I read it 3 times last night. So Shyamalan's like, wow, you read your part 3 times last night? Oh, that's pretty impressive. And he's like, no, I read the script 3 times.
Oh, my goodness.
It's like, bro, what?
Wait, how old is this kid?
I don't know the exact age, but I mean, like, what, 9, 10? Like,
that's incredible.
But, like, this man was like, oh, this is a serious part. I want to get it right. And, like, this man reads the script.
This man.
This boy. I mean, he's acting like a man.
That's incredible.
And I also read somewhere else that he was the only kid who, like, he wore a tie to the audition.
Wow.
So it's like, he came in here, like, standing on business. He was
he was dressed like how Lindsay Lohan showed up at summer camp in The Parent Trap. Her Hillary Clinton business suit on.
Pretty much. So apart from the incredible acting of Osment, you know who else I'm going to bring up?
Who's that?
Toni Collette.
Yeah, she was great.
I mean, Toni Collette is probably one of like my favorite, I guess, underrated actresses. Like I haven't seen a whole lot of her works, but all that I have seen from her, I just am completely impressed. The first time I ever saw her was in United States versus Tara, I want to say. It was a show on Showtime where she basically plays a mom who's struggling with dissociative identity disorder and trying to raise a family. It is phenomenal. If you haven't watched it yet, definitely check it out. Just the way she's able to portray different characters by just like a change of the feature, and then she just like becomes this different person. Like, just watch one episode of that show and you'll see what I'm talking about. Her acting is mind-blowing. She's from Little Miss Sunshine, 2006. A lot of people know her from there. And then if you have seen Hereditary, there is a scene in that movie where she has a conversation with her son. They're going through a lot of heavy conversations with loss and death and anger. And she gives this performance that is just stellar. And after seeing her in these few things, I'm like, oh, if Toni Collette is in it, I want to see, because I just want to see what she's going to give me. She in this movie, she gives. Yeah, it's like you believe like this mother is willing to do anything for her son, and she's giving you all that you need. So, bravo to her.
All right, it's enough stalling. It's time to give your 1-sentence summary of The Sixth Sense. It was supposed to be 5 minutes.
If you can believe that I forgot.
It's been 15.
Okay, so this film is about a boy.
Oh man, what a failure!
Wait. I'm trying to get a big grasp. Okay.
Hey, Andrene, I've never seen or heard of The Sixth Sense. What is this movie about?
A boy sees ghosts and tells his therapist about it.
All right, that is generally kind of the film.
You know what you gotta start saying to me?
What?
Start telling me there's a gun to my head. And I think that'll help. Because
yes.
you know...
The infamous gun to your head.
That's what helps me.
So Bruce Willis plays Dr. Crowe. And Dr. Crowe is a child psychologist. They're living in Philadelphia. That's where the film takes place. And he's revered as a child psychologist. He works with a lot of kids that have a lot of different mental disorders, schizophrenia, dissociative disorder, whatever the case may be. And early on in the film, we see him and his wife celebrating an award that he received from the city of Philadelphia. But then there's an unexpected guest. Someone breaks into their house and is hiding in their bedroom the bathroom in their master bedroom. And he's in there in nothing but his underwear. And he's literally like shaking, and he looks like he's like not all there.
Yeah.
Come to find out, he is one of Dr. Crowe's former students who's upset because basically he's saying like, you're supposed to help me and you didn't help. And whatever I'm struggling with, I'm still struggling with it. You didn't help me.
Yeah.
He shoots Dr. Crowe and then he kills himself. So that's basically how the movie starts. And then we see later on in the film that he is meeting up with this new student named Cole. And that's who Haley Joel Osment plays. So throughout the course of this movie, you're basically seeing Dr. Crowe meeting with Cole. They're having these private sessions. Nobody else is really around. It takes him a while to kind of like warm up to Dr. Crowe. But meanwhile, his relationship with his wife has like completely dissipated. And obviously, like Andrene said with the spoiler alert, we find out later that this man is actually dead. But I think watching the movie now, like knowing how it ends, is a lot different than when you're watching it the first time. And I was trying to like, as I'm watching the movie, I'm trying to think like, how much does this make sense?
Right.
And also like, is this something, like what would I be understanding about this movie if I didn't know the ending? So trying to like almost forget about it in my head. Mm-hmm. And you could see why his wife is obviously like frozen him out in this because he's not there anymore. But I think the part that was confusing to me the most was like, he doesn't find out he's dead until the end of the movie. And I'm like, how does he not recognize that like
no one can see him?
Nobody's talking to him or interacting with him other than this boy? Because it's one thing for his wife to be ignoring him, but even like early on in the film, he shows up to Cole's house, and when Cole gets home from school, Dr. Crowe's sitting in the living room with Cole's mom. Mm-hmm. So then it's like, how did you think you got into their house? And the woman said nothing to you, and you just sat down? So it's like, it doesn't actually like make sense for him to not know.
I was thinking about that as well. So like you said, I was like, part of me was like, okay, I know how it ends, so how does this make sense? And even where it's like, oh, sorry, the first time he sees Cole, he says, oh, I'm sorry, I missed our appointment this morning. And I'm like, what appointment?
Right.
Like, how did you make an appointment? With who? Like that, I was like, I don't get it.
Because the only reason he would have a file on Cole means that it was a file that he acquired months prior.
Yeah.
And he's a well-renowned psychologist, so you could imagine that he probably has a backlog of patients that he's supposed to be working with. So who knows how long ago he received the file. But to your point, like, he wouldn't have an appointment because he died. Yeah. So they probably would have just reassigned him to somebody else. So it's like, oh, I missed your appointment. Like, did you book this a year ago?
Yeah, I was kind of confused as to how that was going on. But I mean, they do kind of say, they try to explain it away in the sense that Cole tells him that, you know, with dead people, they only see what they want to see. So, you know, it's almost like, I kind of got it in a sense of like, you ever like, you're dreaming, right? You wake up and like you're in the middle of a dream. You don't know how you got there. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking maybe with dead people in this world, it's kind of a similar situation where it's like, you don't remember driving to the appointment. You're just at the appointment. And so maybe in his mind, he's like, I mean, I'm not sure how I made the appointment, but I'm here. So clearly I must have made it. So I kind of told myself, like, assume you're waking up in the middle of a dream. And that's kind of how these dead people are navigating the world. So it's like, I wake up and I'm here at this appointment or I'm late for the appointment or whatever. But yes, him not talking to the mom was very bizarre. And also I was thinking, so you're this child's psychiatrist or psychologist. I'm not sure which one he is, but you only have one client? He saw no other kid but Cole.
Yeah, nah.
So that was weird. I'm like, you only have one child that you're taking care of?
Apparently. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it makes any sense.
I was like, that doesn't make sense.
But yeah, apparently he's just meeting with this one kid, Cole.
Yeah.
And come to find out, Cole basically tells him like all this stuff about how at first he doesn't really want to talk to him at all because he's like...
Because he's dead.
Yes. Well, all right, so that actually brings me to another question. Is like, do you think that Cole knows he's dead the whole time?
Yeah. Because think about the very first time. So like, think about this.
Well, okay.
The very first time that we lay eyes on Cole's leaving the house. He's getting ready to go to school. Mm-hmm. And Bruce Willis's character is sitting across the street on a park bench, and he gets up and he's like, Cole, and he starts like running after him. And the kid sees it.
Maybe don't follow 9-year-olds down the street.
Well, it's his client, quote unquote. But
still, not cool. He doesn't even know who you are, and you're following him down the streets of Philly as a grown man. Like, that part was like, okay, like, yes, he's dead, but like if you were alive,
Yeah.
this is not something that you should be doing.
But to that point, so Cole, you see him like turn his head, and then Cole starts to like book it to school. And so the first time we're watching it, as viewers, we're thinking like, oh, he's trying to avoid his therapist. But it's like, no, he's trying to avoid this dead person who is chasing him. So I think he was like afraid of him because he was like, bro, why are you here? And then the second time we see him again is when he's in the house sitting across from his mom. And when you see like Cole comes in and he says, hi, mom, he turns and sees the doctor and then he freezes because he's like, oh, this dead man is sitting in the room. So I think he always knew he was dead. And that's why he didn't want to talk to him. He was like, bro, you cannot help me. Like,
well, see, I feel like one of the central ideas of this movie in terms of like Cole is basically being, I don't even know what the right word is, but these dead people keep showing up.
They're haunting him.
Yeah, they're haunting him. And he's just like, yo, he's trying to get away from them. Many of them have died violent deaths, so they're still like, you know, the guy with the back of his head blown off, or the girl that keeps barfing because she was poisoned. And it seems like he's like actively trying to avoid and run away from them. And it seems like, for me, one of the big takeaways in terms of like his development as a character and what he learns over the course of this film is to like actually talk to them, see what they want, and he's supposed to be kind of like the ghost whisperer who can like speak to them and help them to find closure for their deaths.
So they can pass on.
So it's like, if his big aha moment in this film is that like, I should talk to these ghosts and help them learn something, that feels like Dr. Crowe's the only ghost that he actually even interacts with. Like, he starts talking to him early in the film when they meet up when he follows him into that church, and he's playing with the little figure dolls, like playing war or whatever. So it's like, if he knew he was dead the whole time, then why did he even talk to him versus everybody else who he was not talking to?
Because Dr. Crowe presents as someone trying to help him. All the other ghosts are just scary, like walking around with their head blown off.
To help them.
Yeah, they're just like, or they're not even verbalizing what they want. Think about it. They're just walking around like with these crazy injuries.
Yeah.
But he's like, I'm here to help you. I want to help you. And at first he's like, bro, you can't help me. And he tries to avoid him. But then after a while, he keeps coming back and he's like, I want to help you with your pain. And it's like, he's trying to help me out. This is new. And so he kind of gives it a go.
Yeah.
And he even says, when he plays that game with him in the living room where he's like, I'm going to try to read your mind. If I say the correct statement, step forward. If it's incorrect, step back. As they're playing that game, he gets to the end where basically Dr. Crowe is incorrect a number of times in a row. Cole's getting ready to leave. And he's like, that's not what I was thinking. What I was thinking is, you're nice. And that was Cole's realization, like, oh, this ghost doesn't want to hurt me.
He's a different ghost.
Yeah, he's trying to help me out. And I think that was a turning point for him to actually open up and start to talk to him.
Okay.
So that part made sense to me. At least that part did.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's also just like multiple moments throughout the film where he's being left alone with this ghost.
Yeah.
For them to continue to have consistent sessions, not only in his home, but moments where they're like out in the streets or at the church or wherever. They even, Dr. Crowe rather, shows up when he gets in trouble at school for telling off his teacher.
Stuttering Stanley.
Right. Or even like there's a few parts where they actually like have sessions in his school. So I'm like, what is actually happening here while this boy just keeps getting left alone?
Okay, so I thought about that as well. So after the Stuttering Stanley episode, the kids were all at recess, it sounded like, from the background sound. So I'm guessing he was in some kind of in-school suspension or in-school detention. So again, he's just in the room, and so he's able to go in and meet him there. So that made sense to me. And also, you got to remember,
as a grown man, you can't just walk into a school building. Like, you have to get like a pass.
He's a ghost.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, how does he not know that he's dead? Because nobody else...
the dream theory, Joel.
Oh, so every night he goes to sleep and just wakes up in a new room.
I'm not sure he's sleeping. I'm just saying that, like...
I guess he doesn't need to sleep. He's already got the big sleep.
If any of our listeners are ghosts out there, let us know if you sleep at night.
Please, no. Please do not. Do not.
Just let me know then.
Yeah, I don't want any feedback from ghosts, please. Do not reach out.
Let me know. But yeah, I think, like I said, I think he just will present like I'm now in my conscious state and I'm here and I'm talking to Cole. I don't think he knows how he's getting there.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows how he's getting there.
All right.
Also we got to think about the fact that the mom works like 2 jobs. So she's never home anyway. So him being home alone makes sense.
Yeah.
Because the mom has to put food on the table. Speaking of food, that kitchen scene?
I was literally just about to bring it up.
Okay. Do you want to?
No, yeah, it's great. Because they're getting ready in the morning and she notices that he has a stain on his tie. He has to wear a uniform to school. So she walks out the kitchen to go put his tie in the washing machine. And then she comes back with a new tie, literally 10 seconds later. And every cabinet in the kitchen is open.
Oh, beautiful.
And it's such a subtle, it's not like a jump scare, like how you're, you get in these movies where somebody turns around the corner and then it goes, dun!
And then, yeah, right.
It's there was no tricks with the music.
Yeah.
It was just yo, you're watching this and you're seeing.
Yes.
And it was no, they're not tipping you off by the music selection. It's just yo, did you see what just happened?
Yeah.
And it also looks even more creepy because the cabinets are all white with these little black knobs.
Yeah.
And there's tons of there's a ton of cabinet space. It's a pretty big cabinet space for such a small apartment. But anyway, you almost notice the cabinets before they even open because it just looks so.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the word is. It stands out because of the white and black. And then she comes back in the room and they're all open. It's wait, what? And she's like, were you looking for something?
And he's like, Pop-Tarts? Yeah, I love that scene. I love that scene so much because, like you said, it also kind of reminded me of any of you fellow horror lovers out there have ever seen the Poltergeist, the original, of course, not these trashy remakes. But in the original, yeah, they're just not as good. But in the original Poltergeist, there's a scene where a similar kitchen type scene where there's a mom and she turns her back and turns back around, and basically all of the kitchen table chairs are stacked on top of the kitchen table, in this weird Tetris Jenga type shape, and it happens so fast. You're like, bro, first of all, how did it happen so fast, and second of all, how could any human do this? And that's kind of what it reminded me of, that quick kitchen scene where it's just this is freaky.
They living on ghost time.
Yeah,
baby.
This is freaky. I absolutely love that, and also the whole idea of the bumblebee pendant that the mom keeps asking Cole. She's like, basically his grandmother had passed away. It's Cole's mom's mother has passed, and she passed down this bumblebee pendant to her daughter. And it's the one thing she has from her mom, so it means a lot to her. And she realized that it was missing from where she keeps it in her bedroom, and she found it in Cole's room. And so she asked him about it, why would you take, I don't know if she calls her Nana or Grandma or whatever, her pendant. And he's like, I didn't take it, Mama, I promise. And she's like, You definitely took it because it's not in my room and it's in yours.
Right.
Explain it. And he's like, I don't know, Mama, but I didn't take it. So she sends him to bed. You had enough meatloaf, go to sleep. And
roast beef.
Whatever, yeah. And I was upset because I'm not a parent. I don't have kids. I'll never have kids. But
if I did,
there's something about sending your kid to bed without eating is just that's not a proper punishment, in my opinion. There's other ways you could punish him. Give him no TV time or tell him he can't do whatever. But don't tell him he has had enough to eat.
No ghosts for the next week.
Don't tell him he's had enough to eat. No, he hasn't. Let him eat his dinner, bro. That's not. Anyway, that's the one time I was like, okay, Mama.
Mom's going through it. Mom, because we talked about all the stress that he's carrying as this small child who has this incredible secret that he knows if he tells people what's actually happening, they're going to think he's crazy.
More than they already do.
Already do, because he's already an outcast and he's already getting information from these ghosts that people are like, how do you know this thing? How they used to hang people at the courthouse. That used to be his school. So then his teacher's like, what are you talking about? Or then he's like, oh yeah, I know about when you were a kid. And da-da-da. It's wait, what?
You talked funny when you went to school here. You talked funny all the way to high school.
What?
You shouldn't look at people. It makes them feel bad.
How did you...
Stop looking at me!
Who have you been speaking to?
Stuttering Stanley! Stuttering Stanley! Stuttering Stanley!
So he's already carrying all this, but let's talk about Mom, because Mom is also carrying a lot in terms of trying to be a single mother, number one. Her mother just died, her son's grandmother, so they're also experiencing loss. Dad, we don't really know what happened to him, but he's no longer around. Cole is wearing his watch that he left behind, as well as his glasses without any lenses in them, just as a way to reconnect to his long-lost father.
Yeah.
So his mom sees this. She sees that she has this incredibly sad son. So she's trying to figure out ways to, like, even have him enjoy himself. She tries to get Tommy Tomasino to walk with him in the school. That's all a farce.
Yeah.
So, and not to mention, she has to work constantly, so she doesn't even really get time to, like, spend with her son.
Yeah.
So these are both, like, two incredibly sad, sympathetic characters.
Yeah.
And they're living together, basically trying to make the other not realize how sad they actually are.
And then in addition to that, too, it's like, so I'm thinking about, like, the birthday party, right? So Tom, your boy Tommy, invites, well, his father forces him to, but he invites Cole to his birthday party, and all the rest of the kids are there. And even when you're watching this birthday party scene, you see how much of an outcast Cole is. It's like he's there, and he's trying to interact with one of the other kids, and he tells him this corny joke that Dr. Crowe told him, or a magic trick, I think it was. And the kid's looking at him like, that's not funny, that's stupid. And he's like, it's a joke, get it? And he's like, that's dumb. Like, you're trash, basically. So Cole ends up just like wandering around the house by himself. And then the kids end up playing this joke on him where they lock him in this closet of some sort.
Yeah, that part pissed me off.
Yeah.
Because it's like, bro, like,
you hear him screaming.
yeah, it's one thing to, like, bully the nerd. Like, that definitely happens, especially in elementary school. I can think of this one kid. Oh, man. He was just, I mean, I remember.
Wait, were you bullying this kid?
No, I wasn't bullying him, but he did get bullied. I feel like when we were in, 5th and 6th grade, everybody was just a little bit of a smart ass, and everybody would get joked on, including the popular kids. Like, everybody got joked on. But then it was just like, you kind of had to, like, joke back.
You have to, yeah.
And there were some kids, this one kid who comes to mind, this kid named Wesley. Ugh, I just feel bad for Wesley still.
Aww.
But
he probably out there thriving right now.
And he probably is. That's what always happens, right? But at the time, he just never really defended himself, and he never had any good jokes. So then it's like, it would just be a pile-on. So then it's like, like, he's not, like, he didn't have...
Wait, did you pile?
No.
Okay.
I didn't pile. I definitely joked.
You were an innocent bystander.
I definitely joked, but it was, I never really understood the idea of bullying. Because then it's like, if somebody is mean and then you're mean to them, then it's like, all right, you're getting what you dish. Mm-hmm. But it's like, Wesley never bothered anybody. Wesley never had jokes. Wesley was just trying to mind his own business, and kids would pick on him because it was easy. But I don't know.
That's lazy.
Yeah, it is lazy.
Yeah,
it is lazy.
yeah.
Like, it's like, come on, like,
have some self-respect.
Yeah, pick on the kids who have jokes, and then you have to battle it out to see who can come up with the better snaps.
So you are Joel the jokester.
Jokester Joel. But yeah, like, I feel like this is one of those situations where they're bullying on him because they know he's not going to defend himself, so they think it's funny. But then it's like, okay, I kind of get that, even though I don't. But then you lock him in this closet. He's screaming bloody murder. He's clearly terrified. And they just stand there.
Yeah.
It's not like they're trying to open the door and they can't. It's not like they run downstairs to try to alert a parent. Like, they just stand there and they're just listening to him. Who knows what's happening? He could be passing out in there.
Yeah.
He could be claustrophobic. He could be they're just like, oh, wow, he's really going through it.
Yeah.
And not until Cole's mother, like, hears a noise and comes up the stairs.
Yeah.
And she tries to open the door and can't, but it's like, yo, y'all didn't even try to open the door.
Didn't try.
Y'all were just gonna.
But then even when their parents came up behind them, they were all staying behind their kid like, and I'm like, no one's gonna help this woman try to open the door. Like, whose house is this? you should know, like,
Insane.
Like, why isn't your door opening? Yeah,
was insane.
that was upsetting. And so when I think about that, so in addition to the fact that, like you said, he's going through like the loss of his father and the depression and all that, he's also having these marks on his body. And now he's like having like almost like these seizure-like episodes, these weird situations where the doctors can't even find anything wrong with him. So now she's like, is there some kind of weird medical thing going on with my son? Like, what's happening? And like, there's a scene where like she's like, he says, Mama, I'm scared. Like, can I come sleep in your bed? And she goes to like hug him and he's shaking. And she's like, Cole, you're shaking. And she's like, oh, God, what's wrong? Like the emotion in that scene, I was like, bro, she is acting her butt off. Mm-hmm. Like, I can feel like she is a concerned mother trying to figure out what's going on with her son. And she's like,
they're both
what do
really
I do?
believable. Yeah. Cole and Osment are both really believable.
Just fantastic.
So eventually they get close enough. Cole and Dr. Crowe get close enough where he finally admits, like, this is my big secret. Mm-hmm. And really doesn't tell him the secret until Dr. Crowe gives his own secret, which is that his marriage is falling apart. Mm-hmm. He's dedicated too much of his time to his job, and now his wife is basically freezing him out. And he's like, all right, well, you gave me a big one. Like, I'll give you mine.
Yeah.
And my secret is I see dead people. I see them all the time. They don't even know that they're dead.
I see dead people.
In your dreams? While you're awake? Dead people like in graves and coffins?
Walking around like regular people. They don't see each other. They only see what they want to see. They don't know they're dead.
And he's like, oh, okay. And then writes in his notes, this boy has schizophrenia.
Yeah. Which, I mean, yeah.
And what he recognizes is like this kid and the way he presents and the way that he's saying things reminds me a lot of Vincent Gray, who was the patient who ended up shooting him and killing himself. So he's like, yo, this feels like I'm like getting almost like a shot at redemption here.
Yeah.
If I can help this kid, it'll make up for the fact that I was not able to help Vincent.
Right.
And that's when he decides to go through his old tapes and listen to some of the stuff
that Vincent used
from
to say.
his sessions with Vincent. Mm-hmm. And he notices a weird sound in the background during one of their sessions when he excuses himself from the room and the recorder's still playing. And he turns the volume all the way up to 10 and he can hear like a whispering voice in Spanish saying, I don't want to die. So he's like, what is this? So now he's starting to think, yo,
can he?
Maybe he's not crazy.
Yeah.
Like maybe he's not schizophrenic and maybe he actually does see ghosts, because when Vincent said it, I didn't believe him. Mm-hmm. And like, what else was this voice? Because Vincent was in the room by himself.
Exactly.
So basically that's how we get to the point where he's actually starting to believe him. And long story short, you know, without going through every single bit of the film, he's been getting like visits from this creepy girl who like, he has like this little like, what's it called?
It's like a tent that he made.
Yeah, it's like a little safety tent that he builds in his house with blankets and clothespins.
He has mad Catholic relics in there.
Yeah.
Like to keep him safe.
He's trying to keep himself safe from these ghosts. And this girl shows up looking pale in the face and basically just like vomiting out of her mouth.
The scene was terrifying the first time.
The scene is mad terrifying, yeah. And he decides after listening to Dr. Crowe's advice to actually like try to talk to this girl and listen to her. Mm-hmm. And she basically tells him that she died, tells him where to go, and he gets on a bus, I guess, by himself. Again.
Yeah, that didn't make and
because he's supposed to be with Dr. Crowe, but every scene with Dr. Crowe, he's by himself in real life.
So mom's at work and he decides to hop on a bus.
Yeah, he just gets on the bus. And apparently this girl's house is not close because even Dr. Crowe says like, oh, she traveled the far way to
come see you.
To come see you.
Yeah.
So it's not like, it's the first time I'm watching it, I'm like, yo, like all these people died in this house. Like this is kind of incredible.
No,
but
they're coming to
apparently
see him.
they're coming to his house specifically. Like you're the guy that can help me. Like,
You know what I was thinking? They're like, we used to go to Vincent, but he's gone, so now we gotta come to you. That's what I was thinking.
That's actually a really good point.
Maybe every like region has their own like ghost whisperer, and Vincent was the one for their region, and Vincent's out, so now this kid's in. If you are your region's ghost legionnaire,
please stop.
Reach out to us.
Please stop. Do not reach out to us. I feel like you could make this into like a Men in Black type comedy, where like you take this concept of like the kid that can talk to ghosts and make it more funny.
Make it funny. Yeah.
This movie is obviously not funny at all, but come to find out, there's a recording in the girl's house that she meets him at the house again. Like, hey, this is what I told you about. Gives him this videotape, which he then gives to the grieving father of this dead girl at their wake, no less. Man. He pops in the videotape, and come to find out, his wife, girlfriend, whoever she is.
I feel like it's stepmom. She's giving stepmom.
It is giving stepmom. She's basically been like putting kitchen cleaner in the girl's soup and like slowly killing her off.
Call it Munchausen by proxy?
Right. And is apparently also doing it to the girl's sister, because as they get to the wake, we overhear conversations from the guests saying how like, oh, her sister's been sick lately.
Yeah.
Too. So she was going to kill both these girls.
She wants the money. She's like, get the little kids out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. So now it's like, okay, now he understands that he can help to
them.
Create some sort of closure in these situations, because now it's like, oh, I exposed this woman who's killing. And then we even see him backstage as he's preparing for his play, and he's talking to some woman who's also like died in
like
a fire.
burn victim. Yeah.
His teacher says like, oh, you know, this theater actually burnt down years ago and they had to rebuild it.
Yeah.
And like, so now he's gotten comfortable enough to the point where he's like talking to ghosts and trying to find ways to help them versus just being scared and running away.
So he's been helped. The therapy worked.
I did want to ask you about something with Dr. Crowe's wife, though, because as this is all happening with Crowe and Cole, he's having basically like this ruined relationship with his wife. She goes out to dinner for their anniversary. He sits down and tries to talk to her. She obviously doesn't talk to him because he's not really there.
Yeah.
And some guy that she works with has been hitting on her. She kind of plays him off for a while, but then it seems like she's starting to get interested. Yeah. They're about to kiss, and he like breaks some glass to stop them. And he's like fed up because my wife's not talking to me, and she's basically getting hit on by this other guy. So he's like, yo, like, what the hell's happening here?
Right.
And obviously we now find out that he's dead.
She's trying to move on slowly but surely.
Yeah. So my question is, if you are interested in someone and
their spouse
passes,
how long is too long, or how long is long enough?
Yes. Like, what is an appropriate amount of time to let pass before you make a move?
God.
Because I'm watching this, I'm like, yo, is this guy a bad guy? No. Or is he just like, yo, he has a crush on this woman. He wants to give her space to grieve, but it's also like, yo, bro's not coming back. Yeah. like how do you? What's the right way to navigate that situation?
I don't think there's a time frame. I think it depends, of course, on the relationship and all that. I mean, are we even really sure how long it's been in this movie?
It doesn't say how much time has passed. The only cue that we get is it says the next fall. Yeah. So we don't know if the movie starts in the previous fall. We don't know if the movie started 3 months previous, but it just says the next fall.
I would assume at least a year, because like the next
at most a year, right?
Oh yeah, right. The next fall. Yeah, that's true. So, I mean, a year might be fast, but I think it just depends on the situation. I don't know. They work together every day, so he probably knows her on a better level than just a random dude who just met her.
Yeah.
So they probably talked about
They
him.
definitely have a relationship.
You know, like they talked about him before while he was still alive, and he's probably helped her through the transition of having to deal with a loss of a spouse. So,
and he's being respectful. He's not pushing himself up.
Yeah, I didn't think the guy did anything wrong. I thought the question was gonna be more the fact of like, is the ghost able to physically throw something against the window? Like that's kind of what I was thinking. Like he's a ghost.
Well, apparently ghosts can affect the physical world.
That's true because they can throw items and open
they
drawers.
Open the cabinets, right?
Yeah,
and then even when Cole leaves, there's that creepy handprint on the table.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
The ghosts can affect physical space. And obviously, and then he also, the running theme in this film is whenever the ghosts get mad, it gets
temperature
cold.
goes down. Yeah.
So that's another frustration for Mom because she's like, why can't I get the damn heat to work? On top of everything else.
Because we got so many ghosts in the house.
Angry ghosts to that.
Yeah, that's true.
And there's even a part at the beginning, the very opening scene, when Dr. Crowe's wife goes down to the cellar to get a bottle of wine, and she is like breathing cold air.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, so he had a ghost in the house.
That's what I was thinking too, because I was like, wait, so
which means
what's
Vincent
going on there?
Probably saw a ghost in Dr. Crowe's house, which really made him snap.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Wow.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh, God.
It's even darker.
When you're home at night and you're cold, you're going to start thinking, is someone mad here?
Because that's the thing. Like, she's like, yo, why won't I? She no matter what she turns the thermostat to, it won't get warmer.
It won't get warm in there. Oh, that's creepy. I mean, I don't think there's a time frame to answer your question. I think it's just a case-by-case situation. I mean, at least a year. I can't imagine it being any sooner than that.
Yeah.
And even a year might be too soon. You know?
I think it probably does depend on the person, and like everybody grieves differently.
Yeah.
Some people are able to grieve quickly. Some people, it might take them 5 years.
You know, some people like the best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else.
Yeah, yes. That's something that you say for like, a college breakup, not
that's the good old
died.
Samantha Jones from Sex and the City advice.
Well, you know what I would do. This is like the way she would get her lines off were always so like over the top and like
it was perfect. It was perfect.
It was.
Oh man.
So basically at the end of this movie, after all this happens, and I also noticed that speaking about the wake when they go to the girl's house, like Cole is just like traipsing around this dead girl's house and nobody's noticing. He like goes to her bedroom.
It's a little kid.
Yeah, but that's
you know
true.
what I mean? It's like when you're in adult spaces, especially at a funeral, like
People
you're not
aren't paying him
you don't
any
care what a
attention.
little kid is doing.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, I'm here grieving, making sure that my friends, cousin, whoever is okay. You're not really worried about what these kids are doing, and it's boring to a kid to be at a funeral. So whatever. So that didn't bother me as much.
But he realizes that he has this ability to allow not only the dead to get closure, but also the living.
Yeah.
Because he gets an opportunity to sit on the swing set with the dead girl's sister and talks to her about her experience.
He gives her that doll.
Yeah, this is something that she said that you wanted.
Aww.
And so he's allowing her to get closure for the grieving of her sister. And then towards the end of the film, he admits to his mother that he sees dead people and is able to allow her closure for her dead
grandma.
mother.
Oh, there's so many good scenes, man.
And they both just absolutely kill
Oh my
in that
gosh.
scene. I mean,
that scene in the car.
it's tough.
She said you came to the place where they buried her. Asked her a question. She said the answer is every day. What did you ask?
Do I make her proud?
It was just pull at the heartstrings.
No, that's good.
It was just phenomenal.
So then at the end, Dr. Crowe finally realizes he's dead when Cole gives him the advice to, hey, if you want to connect with your wife, just talk to her while she's sleeping.
Right.
And so he's talking to her while she's sleeping, and she's like answering him in full sentences while she's fully asleep, which is interesting. And at some point, she drops his wedding ring, which I guess she was holding on to it, as she was watching their wedding
Every
video.
night when he comes home, the wedding video's on. She's been watching it on loop. It's like...
So she's still grieving.
Yeah.
And she drops his wedding ring that she had fallen asleep with it in her hands. And then he looks down at his hand and he realizes, yeah, I'm not wearing my ring.
You only see what you want to see.
Wait a second. And then he realizes the back of his shirt is still bloody. And then he's like, oh, snap. I'm dead.
But what's interesting about that is there's a scene earlier on before then where it's like when he and Cole start talking, and I believe Cole lets him know that he sees dead people. There's one scene where I see he's getting ready to meet up with Cole and he's walking and he's holding his side where he got shot. And so it's like
I didn't notice
he's
that.
coming like closer to realizing like what's really happened to him, because I was like, oh, he's holding his injured side there. Like he's walking and he's holding onto his side, but he doesn't yet know that he's dead. And I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. There are a couple of things within the movie that kind of tip you off that he's dead, but you wouldn't realize it until, of course, you're watching
watch
it
the
again.
second time.
And one of the things is that if you go back and look, he's wearing essentially the same clothes all movie.
Yeah, but he keeps wearing a coat, and that's what throws it off.
Yeah.
That's what makes you not recognize.
But it's basically like the same outfit that I think he got killed in, but like
Yeah.
in different, like he wore the shirt with the pants and he'll have the jacket over it.
Yeah.
But he's wearing the same clothes. So it's like, this is the clothes you died in, and that's why you still have them on.
Yes, it's tough.
So so it's like, oh, this is why. And then also like he's trying to open the door to like his basement, and he keeps trying to like turn the knob and tries to open it, and he can't open it. And he realizes later on, like, oh, it's because she ends up pushing the cabinet up against it, and there's like books on top of it. So you can't open the door because she's blocked it. But he can't see it's blocked. All he sees is that I can't open this door for some reason. And it's like, oh, because it's blocked.
Because he wasn't ready to see it yet.
He wasn't. Until Cole was like, hey, man, here's what's going on. So there's a lot as far as, I guess before we get into, I have some facts that I want to talk about, but I want to make sure that we wrap up anything else you want to.
No, I
reference.
was just gonna start talking about like quotes and themes and stuff. But yeah, I think the big thing at the end is that there's this sense of like dual closure, right? Cole is able to kind of recognize the power of his gift, so where he sees that it's not just a curse, but it's an opportunity to help people. And Dr. Crowe also gets closure because now he recognizes that he's dead, number one. He's able to have a final conversation with his wife. And presumably he's able to kind of like leave the living now because he's now gotten the answer that he needed, which is why he starts talking to Cole in the first place. So it's like they both kind of help each other get closure. And then that's kind of where the film ends.
Yeah. Like for me, I was thinking as far as like themes, the fact that I guess Cole has this, some might call it a gift, where he's able to help people out. And so it's like, instead of running from this gift and running from all these ghosts, he realizes like you said before, I can help people, not only the ghosts who have passed on, but the people who are still left in this world.
Exactly.
And so it's like being able to embrace your gift and be like, this is basically the card that life has dealt me. This is where I am. I'm, what do they call those people? A clairvoyant. So this is where I'm at. I might as well just embrace what's been given to me and do what I can to help other people. So whatever your lot is in life, whatever gifts it is that you may have, embrace it and use it for good.
I mean, that's better than any of the themes I came up with. So I guess,
I beat you on a theme this week?
I guess we can go with that one.
I never beat you on a theme.
I didn't realize it was a competition until just now.
Just for today.
I thought
Just for today.
I thought we were just saying what we got from the film. I didn't realize that we were in competition to out-theme one another.
If that's the case, I'm losing terribly.
All right, I'll let you get this one. I mean, I think the other one that is kind of similar to what you said, but this concept of like this boy that's such an outcast that everybody seems to misunderstand. It's like this idea that the people who are oftentimes on the outside or the fringes of society have these incredible gifts that are oftentimes overlooked because they don't present the same way other people do. Even at one point with the Stuttering Stanley scene, he frustrates his teacher so much that his teacher yells at him and calls him a freak in the middle of class. So it's like nobody's really giving this kid any sort of love and affection other than his mother.
Mom. And his therapist.
And his dead therapist. So it's like, you know, if it weren't for him coming to terms with what's going on with him, like, who knows what ends up happening to that kid when he grows up. Maybe he ends up exactly like Vincent Gray.
He definitely does.
And it's this idea that, like, you know, people who might seem weird or quote unquote crazy is like,
but they're probably dealing with a lot more than you could probably handle.
They might have like these incredible gifts that are just being overlooked by the rest of society.
That's most likely what it is. Look at all these like artists.
Right.
You think about, you know, even not just musically talented people, but look at like the Picassos and people like that. Like everyone was like, people are quote unquote insane or crazy, but they are incredibly talented in other ways. It's just how it is.
Yeah, the brain is an interesting.
It's a very crazy place, from what I understand. All right, so did you notice who was Vincent Gray?
No, I did not.
I didn't notice it. I just happened to look up facts, and I was like, "Wait, that's who that is? Donnie Wahlberg."
Nah,
that's Donnie Wahlberg.
I did not recognize that.
He lost 43 pounds in order to play that role.
Wow. All right.
And for those of you who don't know who Danny Wahlberg is,
Donnie
Wahlberg, New Kids on the Block.
And he's a Wahlberg.
And he's
he's Mark's brother. Marky
Mark's brother. That was him. The little girl who was vomiting. Mm-hmm. So that's Misha Barton. She was from the OC. Mm-hmm. So at the time, she was a little girl, and to film that scene where she's vomiting all the time, what they would do is she would just hold breakfast cereal in her mouth and then just spit it up.
That's tight.
just completely spit it out of her mouth. And I read somewhere that she didn't tell anyone in her class that she got the role for this movie.
Nice.
So when the movie came out, they said that like one of her friends ended up like running out of the theater because she thought she was seeing her friend die.
Oh my God.
Like, oh my gosh. It's like, oopsie.
That's something I would do. Be in a blockbuster film and just don't tell nobody. Until they just see it like, yo, was that you? It's like, oh yeah. Like, you didn't say anything?
Oh yeah, that was me. Michael Cera auditioned for the role of Cole back when he was a little kid.
Right.
But he didn't get it.
Because Haley Joel Osment is probably our age now.
Yeah,
if he was
a grown man.
In 1999, I would have been 13. So he was just a bit younger than me, I would assume. And actually, I went to go see the new Bad Boys movie the other day, and I saw a trailer for this crazy thriller movie. Okay. I don't remember what it's called, but I'm pretty sure he's in it. Haley Joel Osment's in it.
Joel Osteen?
Joel Osteen's in it, the 32-year-old actor. But he obviously looks significantly different now as a grown man. But I was like looking at the trailer, I'm like, yo, this guy looks mad familiar, but I couldn't put my finger on who it was. And now that we're like talking about Haley Joel Osment, I'm putting it together that like, oh yeah, that was exactly who that was.
And then,
but I'll have to find the name of this movie.
I'm sure we'll see another trailer for it. And then, something that I thought was actually just kind of interesting was sometimes people will talk about Bruce Willis and say that like he's known to be like a demanding actor. And I don't know if people say he's difficult to work with, but he tends to be like more demanding. But they said that for the set of this movie, he was the guy who was the regular DJ at the crew parties. I'm just trying to picture
DJ Brucey Dubs. DJ Brucey Dubs.
Bruce Willis getting the party started.
That's amazing.
And I'm like, that's fantastic. I would love to see that.
So I did look it up. This movie is called Blink Twice. It's supposed to come out later this year. It's in post-production right now. It looks like a movie that you'd be interested in. But also noticing that his first credit is Forrest Gump, which we covered earlier. He was Forrest's son.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
wow.
that would have been 5 years before Sixth Sense back in 1994.
Okay, that's right.
So this is actually our second Haley Joel Osment movie.
And our first Bruce Willis.
And our first Bruce, yeah.
Interesting. So one thing I wanted to mention, it's not really a fact, but I just, looking at my notes and I just remembered that something I wanted to ask you. Do you remember being a kid?
Yes.
And having to pee in the middle of the night?
It's the worst.
And there's a scene where Cole gets up to pee and he's like running in with his little boxer briefs.
Yeah.
And he's like,
he's got his little tighty whities on.
And he's trying to pee real fast because like he's one of the ghosts to get him. I was laughing to myself because I'm like, as a kid, you do that because like you're afraid of ghosts, but it's like, no, he actually sees ghosts.
Right.
But can you imagine? First of all, if I actually saw a ghost, I'm holding it.
Just no way I'm getting at it. I'll be sleeping under that tent every night.
Yeah, there's no way. I have to wet myself because
I wouldn't even sleep in bed.
Yeah.
I'd be terrified.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like either I'm sleeping with mom.
With mom, yeah.
Or I'm going to my Jesus tent.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Because I'm like, this kid's braver than anything I could think of because there's no way.
He's amazing.
There's no way I'm doing that. All right. I guess it's time for the rewatch ratings.
Yeah. So I don't know where to go with this because I feel like a couple things. Number one, I'm thinking about my memory of this film. Obviously, I remember the ending. And I watched this movie when I was much younger. I don't really think I've seen this movie since it came out, like almost 25 years ago exactly, actually. And I remembered feeling like the movie was a little slow at the time. And I think I still felt a little bit of that rewatching it now all these years later. And I think a lot of that just has to do with the nature of the film. Like it's a ghost movie that's not a horror film.
Yeah.
So it is more about like the unreal and this mystical aspect of like what's actually going on and you're trying to figure it out. And you're trying to see how is this doctor going to help this boy. But I think because of the content of the movie, it is like a little bit more of a slow burn. So I think that kind of, for me, takes away a little bit from like the rewatch value. And I think the other piece of it, which is the biggest piece, is the fact that like a lot of this movie's appeal comes in the shock ending.
Right.
And then once you know that, then it's kind of like, okay, like the movie doesn't really hit exactly the same once you know what the ending is once. It's like, I think that takes away a lot from the replay value. On the other side of it, we've talked about the acting job from both Cole and his mother. I think they just like kill every scene pretty much that they're in. And so like that, I think makes the movie a little bit more rewatchable, but this is not a movie that like I'll really feel the urge to see again for a while. So I don't know. I could go higher or lower. So I think I'll probably just give it a 3.
Okay. So I feel as though you just expressed pretty much everything that I felt when I was trying to think of a score for this one, because as you said, once you know the ending, you know.
Yeah.
So I think the second rewatch counts, because now you're going into it the second time and you're like, okay, now that I know the ending, how do I?
Or the first rewatch. But
okay,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
The second viewing, the first rewatch counts because now you're trying to see it. But it's like once you've done that rewatch the first time, it's like, what else am I going to see? Like, yes, you might find one or two things here and there, but nothing where that's so like, ground shattering that you're like, oh wow, this completely changed the movie for me.
Yeah.
It's like I know where this is going, I know what's happening. It's okay. Oh man, yeah. I thought I was gonna give it a higher score because of the ending, but I feel like the ending is almost to his detriment.
That's tough.
You know what I mean?
That's tough.
Because it's like the ending is like, this is phenomenal, but then it's like, but do I want to watch this again?
No, not really. I mean, there's a reason I haven't seen this movie since it came out. Is because it's like, oh yeah, Bruce Willis was a ghost, and then it's like, why am I watching this movie again? It's like, I know he's a ghost. I saw it the first time.
But I will say that the strong performances by Collette and Osment just
This is
the heartstrings.
This is what makes the movie worth rewatching
it's the
at all.
heartstrings. I'm gonna go a little higher than you. Just off the strength that I feel like the acting was so strong in those scenes that I feel like you're able, at least for me, I was able to feel a little bit more about the trauma that the mom and son were going through together that maybe I didn't really catch up on the first time. The first time you're kind of just like, what's happening in this movie?
Trying to follow it,
And so watching it back again, like I guess this is my third or fourth time watching it, you're kind of just like, oh, like they were really struggling here. So I'm gonna bump it up a little bit more. I'm gonna do 3.25.
Okay.
I'm splitting hairs.
Extra quarter. It's funny
I'm splitting
because
hairs.
I was actually thinking about like, I probably gave them a little bit too high of a score. I'm actually thinking like it probably is a little bit less than a 3 for me, just because of like everything that I said. It's just like
you're not watching.
I probably
won't
watch this movie again for another 20 years. So maybe even like if 3 is the baseline, then maybe this is like a 2.5, a 2.75. If I'm trying to be a little bit more, but you know, to your point, this is arguably his best film. This is like the film that he's been trying to chase for the rest of his career. Shyamalan, that is.
So going back to that point about Shyamalan, I was looking up his filmography, and he did Split.
I didn't see that one.
But
I heard. Yeah, you've
that
been telling me about
really
that movie
good.
since it came out.
That movie's really good too. So that's probably on my top 3 Shyamalan. Probably Signs, Sixth Sense, and all the S's. And Split are probably my top 3 Shyamalans.
Top 3 Shyamalans. All right. That's a sentence I haven't heard before.
So 2.75 and 3.25. So basically a 3.
Hairs needed to be split. They needed to be split. We have not been doing a good job of asking you guys what your ratings are for these films, but we're gonna do that.
That's on me. I'm gonna do it.
We're doing it. We're doing it on the episodes. If you're listening to the episode, then you can still feel free to reach out to us and let us know where you agree, where you disagree, how you may have been rating some of these films differently. We love to hear it. How can the good people reach out to us?
Reach us on IG at RR90spod. We're also on TikTok at the Rewind Podcast, as well as Facebook. And send us an email at rewindrewatch1990s@gmail.com. We love to hear from you guys.
And we will continue collecting you guys' suggestions for movies.
Oh, there's so many.
We've been continuing to get them. And like as a last note, I'll also just say it's really nice to hear from people who have been listening, who have like sometimes, you know, you hear from people who have like, oh, I've actually been listening to you guys for a while, but this is my first time reaching out.
Yeah.
And it's just good to hear that like people are enjoying it. If you've been listening to the podcast, we'd love to hear from you, whether you have suggestions or not. And just to kind of just get your feedback on what you're enjoying about listening to this show.
Also, if you have any ghost stories, reach out with those as well. We love to hear about it. If you're a ghost whisperer, let us know.
Yo, that's actually very funny. But I would love to hear if people think they have good ghost stories. That would be an interesting thing for us to share on one of the upcoming episodes. So we will look forward to hearing from you and getting more suggestions from you. Anything else?
Don't get dead.
All right.
Later.
Later.